I have this weakness where there is a small detail in design, and I could argue days about it. I could argue days about it and debate. Like I could make so many ways that I said that it has to be this way, and it could be something like a corner of some kind of a button, and I could argue days about it. And this is a major flaw because there are so many things that you can do in business. And if you just focus on the small details and forget the major things, you'll never get anything done. So that's a huge mistake if you spend all your all your time on the small details of the business. And yeah, this is wrong. So in business, we should argue and debate objectively, open mindedly, about the major things in the business, about the product's core, about the major things, the most important things, and leave the small details. And one more thing, it doesn't, so if you think something is important and you have an emotional tie to it, it doesn't mean that it's really important. It means that you are biased. The lesson is, if you feel that something is important and that is not made from an objective brainstorming session, you are very likely biased, and you should forget the small details and focus on the major things in the business. The lesson is, forget the small details and do the major things well. Make them great. Once again, a lesson is, forget the small details of the business and do the major things well and make them great. Have the patience. And the steps go: list the priorities of your product's core, of your business core, and do that objectively, open-mindedly with your team. When you execute, when you do stuff, aim to use majority of your time to those priorities. And if you notice yourself or someone in your team arguing or debating about something which is not those priorities, then you must stop the situation and say that, well, this is not about our product's core, or this is not about the business major things. And if you notice yourself, what you want to do is, when you notice that thing, for me it's a design, then you write it down. I tend to do this. I tend to argue about design things that are very, very minor and doesn't really help us forward. You write it down to your scorecard or something, and then you make also your teammates aware of that, and then you plan on how you will fix that bias. First, you have to become aware of that, and then only you can fix it. Buy time.